I want to show you another case study, and this is someone who has been blessed by me, the Pope of WOW, and they've had quite a degree of success in terms of transforming their business. And I'm speaking of the Lightning Ridge Opal Mine. Well, it wasn't called the Opal Mine Adventure. That's what I ended up suggesting that they call it, something like that. It was actually called the Walk-In Mine at Lightning Ridge. Okay, it's an opal mine, and there's quite a number of opal mines in and around Lightning Ridge. And this was owned by a couple. The husband's name was Greg, and it was called the Walk-In Mine. Without any further ado, let me just bring up the photo of the fantastic sign that leads you to the opal mine. I'm being very sarcastic, and if Greg, who has been a coaching client of mine, happens to be watching this, I'm sure he will share in the laughter. He's a really good guy, a great sense of humour. But you'll see here that they've gone all out with their signage. Their sign for the Walk-In Mine is only marginally better, as you can see, the art gallery. And when you look at the sign to the right of them, which is the Black Opal Cactus Gardens, it looks like it's cactus. I wouldn't mind betting that when you went there, it wouldn't look much different. But let's get back to my client, which was the Walk-In Mine. Let's just have a look, if I can just zero in closely at the sign. I just couldn't quite work it out. That they're not showing the full humans here. We're just showing the legs, and I'm assuming that's because it's a walk-in mine. Let me just read. It's an underground experience, you better believe it. And it's a shop and mine. I'm not sure whether that's telling you what you should be doing, or whether they've got a shop and the mine. It's trading 7 days, and wow, it's got an all-weather road. Well, that is a wow factor, isn't it? I don't know what to say. An all-weather road. I'm guessing it must be in bedrock, where they wouldn't have too many all-weather roads. So I want to come back to the side. I just want to come back to that sign because it's a big part of this makeover, this transformation. I'm guessing that the logic behind showing half bodies there and not a full person, I think there's a cat there too, which, you must be able to take your cat through the Walk-In Mine, which I think everyone would do because that's a must. But they've got just legs there, and I'm guessing the reason is because, well, it's a walk-in mine. So the question I would have had for Greg, the owner, is that if it said that you were ahead, you were 5 kilometres ahead, would you just show heads on that sign? I'm being silly, I'm sorry. Okay, so therefore, when Greg came on board, I just said to him, well, aside from dearie me, I said, look, tell me who your target audience is. And the target audience, Greg said, were pretty much the grey nomads, seniors who were driving through with the caravans, Lightning Ridge, and they would stop over and, put on the hard hat with a little torch, and they'd go through the opal mine, the Walk-In Opal Mine. So I don't know whether these people had walking frames and they were helped through the mine. I'm not sure what happened there, but I said to him, what's the mine got in it? And it had a few of the audio animatronic figures of, with a pick in their hand going backwards and forwards and this sort of stuff. I don't think it was quite Disney level, but that's what they had. And when you went underground, there was a little presentation, I think, on a video screen. I couldn't do it. I get claustrophobic in a phone box, so there's no way you get me going underground to any of these things. But anyway, they came out at the other end after 20-30 minutes apparently. When Greg explained to me the tour, I said to him, it sounds like the most boring tour I've ever heard of, and did any of these seniors come out alive? And he said a few made it through apparently, which is good news. I said, look mate, I think what we need to do is two things. Number one, we need to re-theme the attraction and give it a more Disney style, I don't know, Indiana Jonesy sort of an adventure theme. I mean, it's an opal mine, for goodness sake. Let's make it adventurous, okay? Let's make it sort of Indiana Jonesy. And secondly, I said to him, you've got to widen the funnel. And the best way to widen the funnel would be to give it an Indiana Jones adventurous sort of feel. And by widening the funnel, I'm talking about, attracting a larger audience. Families, so that if you're driving through town and you saw what you'll see in a moment, a rejuvenated look and feel to the attraction, Disney-fied if you like, then there's every chance you go, wow, I think I should call in there. Now, if you've been to Disneyland, you know what I'm talking about with the Indiana Jones ride, or the what is it? I'm trying to think, the River Cruise ride. Or if you've been to Disneyland, you've probably driven past Knott's Berry Farm, which is very adventurous, that sort of feel. And Greg, who's a great guy, said, yeah, look, I agree, we need to do something. So what happened is that I decided to have a look at their website, and this is what the homepage of the website looked like. And of course, appropriately, it was the Lightning Ridge walk-in mine, so therefore it was walk-in mine up the top of the the menu bar. And you'll see there gripping images on there because we need to know what a pick looks like, and I'm not sure what the other images are. Opals, of course, and whatever else are not very exciting. And so therefore I said to him, we've got some work to do. And so you'll see here a fast drawing that we've sped this up so that I don't bore you. It took me probably 5 or 10 minutes to really put this together, but we've sped it up so that you see exactly what I'm doing here. So you'll see we've renamed the attraction to the Lost Treasure Opal Mine Adventure, okay? And it's Lightning Ridge's leading attraction. It's the Lost Treasure Opal Mine Adventure. For the whole family, it doesn't matter what age you are. You'll see that, we've got a welcome video there that, turns people on in terms of what the adventure is all about. We're just giving it the theatre that it didn't have previously. And then we go on to get people who are, sort of raving about it to actually feature on the homepage. So therefore you'll see 4 video testimonials there, and then you'll see that it's ideal for all ages and of course the whole family. So the whole idea was to create theatre so that it doesn't matter what age group came onto the website, they'd think, oh, well, this looks like it's good fun. It's going to look like a Disney-style adventure. Now, let me show you what happened is that my layout at the end looks like that, and then, of course, I give it to the website company, and it turns out like this. And hopefully at this point of time, you're going, ooh, ah, or wow, preferably wow, actually, than the oohs and ahs. And you'll see here that that was the transformation. That's what the old website looked like, and this is what the new one looks like. Do you think there might just be a bit of difference? I think there might be, just a slight difference, okay? And you can see it's all about creating theatre. It's all about creating a story. It's all about widening the funnel. The other one was for opal enthusiasts, if you like, and probably opal enthusiasts who were grey nomads with the caravan beyond the car, whereas this new one, of course, will attract any age group. You'll see there the transition, I should say, of the transformation. So there's the the original homepage for the website. Then there's my layout for what it should look like, and then when it comes back from the website designer, you'll see it looks very, very different from the original. And look, it's been very successful for the owners. I said to Greg, who owns the place, I mean, would you mind giving us your views on it? And he was kind enough to give me this video. So let me, before I play the video with Greg, let me say to you, the great thing about having him as a client is that just rolled his sleeves up and did it. He just did stuff. And once again, I take my hat off to him. I take my hat off to a number of clients who just roll their sleeves up and do stuff. Because all of this advice, which comes from someone who's been doing this for quite some time, and certainly I've hung around the Disney environment for a long time. I used to be a licensee of Disney products in Australia, so I would take out the license for The Lion King or for Beauty and the Beast or The Little Mermaid or what's the Indian girl? I'm trying to think what the Indian girl is. Anyway, Pocahontas. I couldn't think of it. So I take out licenses for all those sorts of things, for little books for children and for posters and for bubblegum cards and all that sort of stuff. And so for many years I was around the Disney environment, and I've been to the Disney parks and I've been to their seminars in Florida quite a number of times. And so if there's anything that I'm got a particular, I guess, gift for, it's adding theatre and Disney style entertainment to things. And so I said to him, mate, you just got to put a bit of pixie dust into this. And he just rolled up his sleeves and followed, joined the dots. And it's really great to have a client who's willing to jump in the deep end and do that. And he's reaped the benefits. So let me play for you what Greg has to say about the transformation.
I've been part of JD's masterclass for almost 12 months now, but JD is legendary. We actually got started with this thing and he revitalised my entire business. He changed it from a business which was an average business and totally rethemed it, turned it into something amazing. And even if I only ever got that one idea from him, it changed our business and my mindset on everything I've ever known about marketing. Legendary. Yeah, so we had a website, and what JD pointed out, our website, it was terrible, woeful. He uses other words, but that was pretty much what it was. It was a terrible website because we didn't understand. You put a website together, you put pictures on it, and away you go. Well, what JD pointed out was that you actually change it so it actually is interactive and people actually buy from you and get a total experience from a website, not just a few pictures on a page. So the website revitalised and themed our business, and it has literally totally changed our business because people become interactive. They go on the website, they see firsthand, we've got video testimonials, we've got stories on it, and the theming of the website is not even in the same world as it was before. And when you Disneyfy things, which is what JD's specialises in, he's very big on the theming. When you Disneyfy things, it literally creates theatre, and that's what people want to see, which I didn't understand that till I went to spend time with JD, and they want this theatre, and it changes every bit of marketing, every bit of people wanting to do business with you. JD's transformed our whole business with just one idea. The transformation, as I said before, it is just amazing, the transformation, not even in the same class, and has put us in another category where we've actually attracted a larger, wider range of customers. Our audience that comes to us, our customers that come to us now is far bigger than it was before, which is what JD talks about, widening the funnel, and that's made a major difference to our business.
There you go, pretty happy camper. And as I said, before I played the very kind testimonial that he gave me, just great client because he actually did stuff. And when you are an advisor, a bit like a doctor who gives you a prescription, you just hope that they take the prescription and you hope that they do something. And there are times that, I can talk myself blue in the face, giving people what I think is common sense advice and pretty valuable marketing advice, and they don't do it. So it's really, really good when you have clients, hopefully you're one of those, that actually pick up the ball and run with it. And that's exactly what Greg did. And his wife Sharon did exactly the same thing. So yeah, great client to have. So therefore, think about what's the lessons out of this. The lessons are, think about if your business can do with a dollop. That's, gosh, showing my age, isn't it? I think my mum and dad used to say that, dollop, DOLLOP. Remember, you get a dollop of cream with your strawberries. Wow, I must be 150. Anyway, so therefore, if you actually think about it, does your business need a dollop? I'm going to look that up in Google and make sure it's still around, by the way. A dollop of pixie dust. And chances are that you might. And the other thing is, do you need to consider widening your funnel? Now, I'm all about, looking for your most profitable customer and then looking for more people like them. Absolutely is the first component of my whole 5-step system. But in his instance, he would say that his profitable customer were seniors and they were his only customer. And because of the look and feel of his business, then that's not surprising that the only people would go down into his mind tour would be older people. So therefore I said to him, well, why don't you think about widening the funnel? And you should think about that as well. If you're at the moment niched and you think you might be niching yourself out of some money, then think about whether you can widen the funnel. And in order to widen the funnel, what do you need to do? Do you actually need to have a different communications medium? Do you need to actually change the look and feel of your business? And it's a big call, I understand that. I mean, in Greg's instance, as you can see, there wasn't much of a risk to that. You could see, that the enhancement was going to instantly make a positive difference to his business. I don't think there was any risk in that one. But ask yourself, do I need to widen the funnel? Take my own instance. When I, am looking for clients for my coaching program, I know that there are particular industries out there that really are easier to convince that they need my help than others. And that's not to say I can't help any industry, whether it's blue singlet or white collar, whether they happen to be professionals like doctors and dentists, or whether they happen to be, lawn mowing operators and landscapers. But I know there's particular industries which I can convince that they need my services quicker than others. And so therefore I err on the side of marketing a lot of my services to those industries. Why wouldn't I? Because it's an easy win, okay? So you might like to think about that as well. Are there prospects that you're missing out on at the moment who would be very profitable for you if you just widened your funnel? Hope you enjoyed it. Gosh, I nearly forgot to tell you about my webinar. If you enjoyed this, then you might like to watch my webinar, which concentrates on showing you how to attract avalanche leads to your business. Now, that's either to your website or to your landing page or to your bricks and mortar business. I've been in the game of attracting leads for company owners for many, many years. And so I've put together a formula, and that formula I've called the Avalanche Leads Formula. And what I've done in this webinar, which goes for just over an hour, is that I provide you with that formula, that system, okay? So therefore you'll be able to just swipe it and use it in your business. So if you enjoyed what you saw here, then you might like to straight away go to wowmysales.com and you can watch the webinar straight away. It's not one of those where you give your details and then we annoy you with 1,000 emails over the next 24 hours. You can watch it straight away. So therefore, when you go to wowmysales.com, you can just watch that webinar immediately on demand, no waiting, and you can scoop up more of this stuff that you can use in your business. Now, why am I doing this? Because I figured that if I actually provide these free pieces of advice to you, then when you need help in the future to attract clients to your business, you might like to knock on our door and we can give you a hand. It's called sampling. That's what this is all about. So hopefully you will enjoy it. And at some time when you do need some help, well, you know where we are. So if you'd like to go right now, you can watch it straight away to wowmysales.com. It'll have a particular emphasis on online marketing and a particular emphasis showing you how to master Facebook ads. I show you a formula which I've called the two-step sell formula, and it has worked over and over and over again for many of my clients. So if you're interested in making your Facebook ads work, then you might like to get there straight away and have a look at this. It's at wowmysales.com. It's a free webinar and you can watch it straight away.